Rice water has been used for centuries in places like Japan in both skincare and hair care routines. More recently, it has gained a lot of popularity in a lot of our skincare and hair care products for a lot of the benefits it's said to have. In fact, a lot of popular products that we've probably all heard of have rice in them. So what are those? Well, the Not Your Mother's Curl Talk line has rice in it. I know I've discussed this one before, it's not as popular, but the Shea Moisture Purple Rice Water line. And then in addition to that, Curlsmith's Prebiotic Primer has fermented rice water in it. So what are the benefits of rice water? What are the benefits of rice in these products? Well, a lot of people swear by it, and they swear that it makes the hair shiny, it makes their hair smooth, it makes it stronger, and it actually helps it grow faster. The scientific community is kind of out on this one. I did a lot of research on this, and from what I found, there wasn't a lot of research being done. The few companies that were doing research on this were selling products with rice in them, so it's kind of hard to say whether or not it was a little bit biased. Obviously, they're going to want it to work really well. That being said, I have used rice water a decent amount in my hair journey. I've been on my curly hair journey, my healthy hair journey, since September of 2018. And for a long time, my hair was getting better, it was getting better, it was getting better. And then all of a sudden it fell off the wagon and it was just frizzy and awful. Looking back now, I can recognize the signs of it, and I know that it was moisture overload. I just needed more protein in my routine. But at the time, I had no idea. I had recently seen a video by Bianca Renee where she did a rice water rinse herself, so I decided to give it a try. Let me show you two pictures here of before the rice water rinse. And then this was 2 days after I had done the rice water rinse. It's a very drastic difference. You can see in that first video, my hair was frizzy, it was kind of dull, the curls just weren't holding their shape. In the second picture, it looks so much better. So the scientific community can't necessarily say one way or another whether this helps or not, but I definitely think that rice water is a really good thing to introduce into your routine. Now, is it better than a deep conditioner or protein treatment? That's kind of hard to say, and I'm not really necessarily sure I want to put my foot in that. I think the main benefit of a rice water rinse over just a normal deep conditioner or a protein treatment is just how cheap it is. Not only that, but you can use the rice and eat the rice after you made your rice water. So I think it's definitely worth giving a try. In fact, I'm going to go through my routine here and I'm going to show you how I make my rice water. I'm going to show you 2 different ways that I make my rice water. And then I'm going to show you how I use both of them. Hi to all my wonderful wavies and my curly and coily coterie. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Lena and welcome to my bathroom. Let's get started. This is the first way we're going to incorporate rice into our routine. This one's very easy and simple. You're just going to take whatever rice you have in your cabinet, it doesn't matter what kind of rice it is, and we're going to cook it according to instructions. The only difference here being that you're going to want to add a little bit of extra water. So if you're adding a cup of water, add 1.5 cups. We just want that extra water in there. And I'll show you why. I've actually already cooked my rice here. And you can see after cooking it, it's very mushy and there's a little bit of water in there. That's what we want to see. We want that extra water in our actual rice because that's what's going to be used on our hair. Now we can take our rice and set it aside and still use that rice. In fact, I will include down in the description below some recipes that you can use this rice for, because for me anyway, I like to overcook it just a little bit. I want it a little squishy. That's going to help get as much of that nutrients out as possible. But not many people want to eat squishy rice. So I will include those recipes down below in case you want to reuse this rice because I hate to waste it. So anyway, what we're going to do with this, I have set aside here a bowl and a strainer. And we're just going to take our rice and we're going to pour it into this strainer. And then you're going to actually smush this into the strainer. And that's going to just help push some of that water down through into the bottom. And this can be a little bit of a process, so definitely take your time. In fact, I'll finish this off camera because it's going to take long enough. I don't want to do that right now. But you can probably see here on the bottom already, we have kind of this goopy stuff there. Once you're done, you're going to want to scrape that goopy stuff off into your bowl with your kind of water mixture, because that's what's going to hold a lot of the nutrients. The second way I like to incorporate rice into my routine is actually also very simple, and we're also just going to use whatever we have in our cabinets. For this one, I like to use a mason jar. So we'll just take our rice and cover the bottom of our jar in rice, and then we'll cover that with water. And you don't really need that much more water than rice. It just needs to cover it. You can see, because this has been sitting for a little bit already, it's a little cloudy, and if you want to speed that process up, you can kind of agitate it. But I will just add the rice like that, add a little bit of water, and then you'll want to set it in a dark, cool place for at least 24 hours. I actually like to leave mine a little bit longer, more like 48 plus hours, because that's just gonna help, again, with more nutrients leaking out of the rice. For the 48-hour plus one, you know it's working when it starts to smell gross. I know for me, at first it was a little off-putting, and I know a lot of people don't really like the smell of it. So if the smell is going to bother you, then I would actually find some essential oils if you have any and put that in there as well. I like both of these options. If either one works better for you, then go for that. But that being said, I will probably be using, actually I'll probably be using both of these. So let's get to the shower step, and I will show you how I apply these in the shower. Here's what you're going to need for your routine. First, you'll need a clarifying shampoo, then some sort of large bowl, a shower cap, some sort of hair clip, a conditioner or a deep conditioner of your choosing, and then of course your rice water. If you decided to cook your rice instead of just letting it sit for a few days, and you have kind of a rice slurry that looks a little bit like this, then you're going to want to do a little bit of preparation before you get in the shower. This is what we're going to mix with a conditioner or a deep conditioner, depending on what you've decided. I typically would use a deep conditioner for this, but because I want to see just how much the actual rice mixture itself does, I'm going to actually just use a basic conditioner, mostly for the slip properties to help me detangle my hair. So today I'm going to go in with my Tresemme Botanic coconut milk and aloe vera. And I'm just gonna mix a little bit of this with my rice slurry. It's really hard to know how much to use. You can always save whatever's left over, or you can just start off small and work your way up. I'm going to start off kind of small, and then as I take it into the shower with me, if I feel like I need more, I'm going to go ahead and add it. And then you'll just mix it up, and then this is what you're gonna use to help detangle your hair. We're starting off this routine by clarifying our hair. Here I'm using the Live Clean Apple Cider Shampoo. We want to clarify first because it really gives us the best foundation for our rice water to work. By removing all of our buildup, it really just gives us the best results in the end. And in order to do this, we really need to make sure we go in and scrub our scalp and make sure that our hair is extremely clean. I'm actually going in with a brush here just to make sure I get it really clean. And then we'll rinse out our hair, again, making sure that everything is extremely rinsed out before moving on to the next step. Give your rice water a swirl to make sure there's no sediment in the bottom. If you don't have any fermented rice water and instead just opted to cook your rice, you can skip this step. Pull your hair in front of your face and drape it over your bowl, making sure to catch all of your hair in the bowl. We don't want any hanging out. And then we're going to pour the rice water over our hair, making sure to catch any remaining water in the bowl beneath and get everything out of the jar. Now we're going to push our hair down into the water, and we're going to turn our head from side to side, really trying to soak up as much of that rice water as we can. Now we'll pick up our hair and scrunch the rice water into it, trying to distribute it as much as possible before picking up our bowl and pouring the remaining over the back of our head. Again, just really trying to make sure that we distribute it evenly throughout our hair. If we opted for the cooked rice, we'll take our cooked rice slurry mixed with our conditioner and start using this to detangle our hair. If you didn't make this mixture, that's okay. Just use whatever deep conditioner or conditioner you would normally use. We'll just work this through our hair to detangle it like we normally would until our hair is completely detangled. Then I'm just going back in my problem areas and making sure I really cover those. So the front face framing pieces and the back are where I have biggest issues, so I'm just going in and giving those special attention. Squish to condition for maximum distribution, and then we'll clip our hair up and away before putting it up underneath a shower cap. We're going to treat this like any other deep conditioner, and we're going to leave it in for 20 to 30 minutes. 30 minutes later, I'm taking my hair down from the shower cap and I'm making sure to just rinse it out really well, especially with that cooked rice. Sometimes you get actual chunks of rice and you just want to make sure to remove everything from your hair before styling like normal. I won't go into too much detail here because I do have a separate styling video, but I am just styling my hair like normal using the Not Your Mother's Curl Talk line, both the defining curl cream and the sculpting gel. I'm using the same routine as last time with the same products just to make sure I get the best comparison possible. When my hair is 100% dry, I go in with my Shea Moisture Daily Hydration Finishing Oil Serum to scrunch out the crunch and then fluff it up to see what the final results are. Are you ready? Spoiler alert, the hair you saw at the beginning of the video is how it turned out. Let me actually get in closer here though, so you can actually see what it looks like. Now, don't necessarily count the face framing pieces because I have started finger rolling those just because they really don't curl on their own. I kind of have to give them a little help. But the rest of it was all the rice. I would say that it turned out really good. I'm really happy with my results. The change wasn't really that dramatic. It was a pretty minor change as compared to what you saw at the beginning of the video. I will include a little clip here of what my hair looked like after my last wash. But I do feel like it's less frizzy and it's more shiny and I have a lot more curl definition than I did before. That being said, there are maybe one or two more things that I would like to try to get more curl definition, especially up at the root. I have a video underway that I'm working on that will come out shortly. We'll see if that makes a change or not. But for the time being, I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I have a lot of curl definition. I have a decent amount of volume, especially for the fact that I have more or less a middle part. I'm really happy with the way this turned out, and especially for how cheap this is and how easy it is to do. I definitely suggest giving this a try. That being said, fair warning, the fermented rice water does not smell good. When I opened it, it definitely made me make a face. You may have seen it in the video earlier, but it was definitely not a pleasant smell. So if that's something that's going to bother you, you could also get some sort of essential oils and make sure to just include that in your mixture before you use it, and that way it won't smell as bad. And then also to follow up on that, I will say that as soon as I put it in my hair and then I put my hair up and away, especially because I did use conditioner as well, I didn't smell it at all. So it's not like I sat there for 20 to 30 minutes just smelling like fermented rice. It was just a brief amount of time that I had to put up with it. So that is something to keep in mind. That being said, again, I am just really happy with the results. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Do you think it made a big difference? Will you try this? What do you think? Have you tried this before? If you like content like this, like and subscribe for more. Leave a comment down below if you have any future suggestions, and I will see you next time.